Here are 10 South Philadelphia neighborhoods. Grays Ferry. Grays Ferry is a neighborhood in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. In the 18th century, Grays Ferry was the southernmost of 3 ferries that crossed the Schuylkill River to Philadelphia. Over the years, the neighborhood has seen numerous instances of racial violence. The Tasker homes, also known as Tasker Housing Project, were located on 29th and Morris Streets and visible from the Schuylkill Expressway. Originally, the housing project had 1,100 units and followed the city's general model of high-density, low-income housing. Passyunk Square. Passyunk Square is a neighborhood in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. East Passyunk Avenue features a large number of privately owned shops, restaurants, and grocery stores. It also has a number of businesses such as insurance offices, salons, pharmacies, and more. A portion of one of America's oldest curb markets, popularly called the Italian Market, also falls within this neighborhood's boundaries. 2 of Philadelphia's most popular cheesesteak eateries are located in this area: Gino Steaks and Pat's King of Steaks. Moyamensing. Moyamensing is a neighborhood in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. Moyamensing is an area of Philadelphia established as Moyamensing Township during the British colonial rule. The area is known for its 19th century row homes, factory buildings, and a variety of restaurants. The late Angelo Bruno, mobster and boss of the Philadelphia crime family, once lived and operated in this neighborhood. Moyamensing either means place of judgment or pigeon excrement. Point Breeze. Point Breeze is a neighborhood in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. The earliest references to Point Breeze as a neighborhood date back to 1895. In the 1930s, numerous African Americans settled here, some whom had come north in the Great Migration, escaping Jim Crow in the South looking for work in industrial cities. Rising racial tensions, fear of race riots, and white flight in the 1960s and 1970s resulted in many businesses moving away and the neighborhood becoming majority African American. Whitman. Whitman is a neighborhood in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. The name Whitman was adopted when the nearby Walt Whitman Bridge was constructed in the 1950s. This neighborhood was once home to Joey Coyle, who stole $1.2 million that fell from an armored truck in 1981. His story was developed into a 1993 movie, Money for Nothing, starring John Cusack. The Whitman neighborhood is located within walking distance of the Philadelphia Sports Complex. Bella Vista. Bella Vista is a neighborhood in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. Bella Vista is Italian for beautiful sight. Prior to the Act of Consolidation of 1854, Bella Vista was part of Moyamensing. It was sparsely settled until the 1840s and 1850s, when it became an impoverished area on the outskirts of the industrializing city. In addition to Irish immigrants, it was also once home to a large portion of the city's population of African descent, many whom were former slaves of the South. Queen Village. Queen Village is a neighborhood in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. Historically, the area is part of Old South Wark, Philadelphia's first suburb, which was incorporated into the city in 1854 and remains the city's oldest residential neighborhood. It was known for its large Irish immigrant population. The earliest European settlements in Queen Village were part of New Sweden, in a region inhabited by indigenous Lenni Lenape, who themselves called the area Wikako, or Pleasant Place. Hawthorne. Hawthorne is a neighborhood in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. The most prominent landmark in the neighborhood was Martin Luther King Jr. Plaza, a public housing high-rise complex at 13 and Fitzwater Street, originally called Hawthorne Square. The 4 MLK towers were imploded on October 17, 1999, and have been slowly replaced with a mix of low-rise public housing. Approximately 10 homes a year have been constructed in the past 2 years. The current tax abatement and homes with parking are also attracting new residents. Gerard Estates. Gerard Estate is a neighborhood in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. It was named after Stephen Gerard, philanthropist, banker, and slave owner, who was America's richest man in 1831, who passed away and left his $6 million fortune to the city of Philadelphia. This neighborhood was once home to crime boss Philip Testa, who was killed at his Gerard Estates twin home on March 15, 1981. Pennsport. Pennsport is a neighborhood in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. Pennsport is home to a large working-class Irish-American population, many of them descendants of immigrants from the mid to late 19th century. They maintain social organizations, also called clubs, which are located along 2nd Street, known locally as 2 Street, Each year, the club spends months preparing costumes, music, and performances for the Philadelphia annual Mummers Parade on Broad Street on New Year's Day. Actor and creator of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Rob McElhenney, is from this neighborhood.